We've all heard the advice, just do your Kegels. But what if that advice is incomplete? What if, for many of us, doing them the way we've been told can actually make those nighttime trips to the bathroom worse? I consulted with a leading pelvic floor physical therapist to learn her single most effective technique for calming an overactive bladder. It's not about endless squeezing. It's a simple skill that retrains the conversation between your brain and your bladder, and it could be the key to finally sleeping through the night. That broken sleep is more than just an annoyance. It robs you of energy, fogs your memory, and casts a shadow over your entire day. You deserve to wake up feeling rested and in charge of your body. The solution isn't about restricting water or accepting this as your new normal. It's about working smarter, not harder. The secret lies in understanding the communication system between your brain and your bladder. Think of your bladder as a polite messenger. When it begins to fill, it sends a quiet signal to the brain saying, "Things are filling up down here." Your brain, the command center, should calmly reply, "Message received, stand by." But over time, that communication line can get staticky. The polite message starts sounding like a screaming emergency alarm, even when the bladder is only half full. The brain panics, and suddenly you're rushing to the bathroom. The problem isn't your bladder's capacity, it's the panicked conversation. So how do you restore a calm, clear connection? You become a master negotiator. This new approach is about empowering you with skills that last a lifetime. If that's the kind of practical, age-positive health advice you value, take a moment to click subscribe and ring the notification bell. We create videos every week to help you feel confident and in control. Now, let's revisit the Kegel. A proper Kegel isolates and strengthens the pelvic floor, the hammock of muscles supporting your bladder. But many people accidentally squeeze everything but the right muscles. They clench their glutes, tighten their thighs, and brace their stomachs. This not only fails to help, but it can also increase pressure on the bladder, making urgency worse. It's like trying to lift a heavy box with your back instead of your legs. You might get it done, but you're using the wrong form and risking strain. Are you sure you're activating the right muscle? Before learning the master technique, we must find the right players. The easiest way to identify your pelvic floor is to briefly stop the flow of urine the next time you use the bathroom. The muscles you use for that are the ones we're targeting. Feel that? Now, never practice on the toilet again. It was just a landmark test. Later, sitting or lying comfortably, try to recreate that same internal lifting sensation. Imagine you are using your vagina to pick up a small blueberry. It's a gentle upward and inward lift. Your stomach, thighs, and buttocks should remain completely soft and relaxed. You can rest a hand on your belly to make sure it isn't tightening. This is a subtle movement. If you struggle to feel it at first, grant yourself patience. You are reawakening a mind-muscle connection that may have been quiet for years. Here is the one detail that changes everything, the part almost everyone misses. The magic isn't just in the squeeze, it's in the release. A pelvic floor that is always a little bit tight is a fatigued, weak muscle. It's like walking around with your fists clenched all day. This constant tension sends those same false alarm signals to your brain. This is why some women perform hundreds of Kegels and see no improvement. They've mastered the clench, but forgotten the crucial art of letting go. For every contraction, the release should be twice as long. If you squeeze for a count of 3, you must fully relax for a count of 6. Imagine gently setting that blueberry back down. The goal isn't just a strong muscle, it's a smart, responsive one. What if the key to less urgency was actually more relaxation? With this understanding, we can now retrain the system. When your bladder stretches, nerves send that filling up signal to the brain. The brain then signals the pelvic floor to stay engaged and the bladder muscle to stay relaxed, allowing it to keep storing. Nighttime urgency happens when this system short-circuits. The bladder shouts, the brain panics, and the bladder muscle contracts involuntarily, creating an overwhelming urge. The physical therapist's #1 technique interrupts this panic cycle. It gives you a tool to calmly and confidently tell your bladder, I hear you, but not right now. Here is the technique. It's called an urge suppression drill, and it's remarkably simple. The moment you feel a sudden strong urge, day or night, your old habit is to rush to the bathroom. Your new habit is to do the opposite. First, stop moving. Freeze where you are. If possible, sit down. Rushing reinforces the brain's panic response. Staying still signals calm. Second, perform 5 to 10 quick, gentle pelvic floor contractions. These aren't long holds, they are rapid flicks. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. These quick pulses send a flurry of new signals up the spinal cord, effectively scrambling and overriding the bladder's single panic signal. This interruption tells the bladder muscle to relax. You are essentially changing the channel from the emergency broadcast network. While doing those quick flicks, you move to the third step, breathe. Take 3 slow, deep belly breaths. Inhale through your nose, letting your belly expand. Exhale slowly through your mouth. This deep breathing activates your body's relaxation response, directly contouring the stress response that fuels bladder urgency. The final step is to distract your brain for 30 seconds. Do not think about your bladder. Think about anything else. Mentally list your favorite flowers. Count backwards from 100 by sevens. Recite a poem. After a minute, you'll notice the intense wave of urgency has passed. It has faded from a shout to a whisper. Now you are back in the driver's seat. You can walk calmly to the bathroom, having successfully reset the conversation. To make this drill even more effective, let's focus on that breath. Your diaphragm, the primary breathing muscle, and your pelvic floor are designed to work in tandem. When you inhale deeply, your diaphragm moves down, signaling your pelvic floor to gently lower and relax. When you exhale, your pelvic floor naturally recoils. Most of us are shallow chest breathers, which keeps our nervous system and our pelvic floor in a state of tension. By practicing deep belly breathing for just a few minutes a day, you promote profound pelvic floor relaxation. Lie down, place a hand on your belly, and as you inhale, focus on making that hand rise. This simple practice prepares your body to respond beautifully to the calming effects of the urge suppression drill. So how do you master this new skill? You practice when the stakes are low. Don't wait for a 2 a.m. wake-up call to try this for the first time. During the day, when you feel a moderate urge, practice the drill. Stop, flick, breathe, and distract. The goal isn't to hold on for hours, it's to prove to yourself that you can manage the urge. With each successful practice run, you are strengthening a new neural pathway. You are overriding the old habit of panic with a new automatic response of calm control. You are teaching your brain that a signal from the bladder is simply information, not an emergency. As you begin, a few questions may arise. You might wonder, what if I can't feel the muscles contracting? This is common. Try practicing in different positions. Lying down with knees bent is often easiest. You can also place a small rolled towel between your upper thighs and gently squeeze it as you try the pelvic lift to help activate the area. Another concern could be mobility. What if I can't sit down easily? No problem. You can do the drill while standing perfectly still, holding onto a counter for support if needed. The key is to stop all forward motion toward the bathroom. And the most common question, how long until I see results? This is a process of retraining, not a magic pill. Some women feel a difference in days. For others, it takes a few weeks of consistent practice. Every time you use the drill, you are making progress. It is crucial to know that it's never too late to make a change. Your pelvic floor muscles can be retrained at any age. Your body has a remarkable ability to learn and adapt. This journey is about reconnecting with your body with kindness and patience. But it's also about being wise. If you experience any pain or if your symptoms don't improve after several weeks of dedicated practice, it's always best to consult your doctor. They can help rule out other causes and ensure you have the right support for your unique situation. The power to reclaim your sleep is already within you. It lies in your ability to learn this skill and rewrite the conversation your body is having. You are not at the mercy of sudden urges. You are the conductor of the orchestra. The next time you feel that frantic call, you have a plan. Stop, squeeze, breathe. You have the tool to turn down the alarm. Start practicing this technique tomorrow in the calm of the daytime. You have the power to transform your nights, and it begins with one single gentle breath.